Hello once again, and welcome to the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. Hope you had a great weekend. It's a Monday on the show, and not just any Monday. It is Solar Eclipse Monday. Glasses ready, goggles ready, welders' helmets ready. Broadcasting, streaming from the geographical center of North America, so we are nowhere near the path of totality, they call it, but we'll see maybe half of the sun go bye-bye today, and we are the sun seekers, so it's kind of a bit of a sad, I find it a little bit sad to see the sun even disappear for a few minutes. We love the sun so much. Happy Monday. Welcome into the Beach Bunker. And yes, there will be a lot of eclipse stuff to talk about today, including the actual path. You will take a ride on a satellite over the path of totality. Together we will, and we'll take a look at the communities from start to finish, where the eclipse starts in North America, Mazatlan, and where it ends, somewhere in Labrador, I believe. And it's a pretty cool video that will show how this is all going to unfold today. And if you remember nothing from the show today and people are asking you about the eclipse today, it is so easy to remember. 1, 2, 3. Number 1, 1 o'clock Central Time is when the whole thing starts. It starts to creep into the sun at 1. At 2 o'clock this afternoon, that is when it's going to be maximum coverage for us in North America. And if you're looking up with the proper eyewear, that is going to be the most sun you're going to see covered is at 2 o'clock this afternoon. At 2 o'clock this afternoon across North America, birds will stop chirping. People pull over to the side of the road because maybe their headlights aren't working. It will be twilight for a few minutes at 2. And then by 3 o'clock, the whole thing will be over. So 1, 2, 3. 1, it starts. 2 is max. 3, it'll be done. 1979, last time that we had this happen, and I pulled up a news report actually from 79, and we'll take a look and see if the hysteria was anywhere close to where it is today. Do you think that there was a lot of conspiracy theories about the eclipse back in 1979? The only conspiracies I think back then were with regards to bell-bottom pants and why we were wearing them. That was the big conspiracy. Concern among Canadian cell phone companies this morning. Will your cell phone work through the eclipse? And interesting, this came from a U.S. news source that Canadian phone companies are taking precautions to ensure that all cell phones work through the eclipse. I'm like, well, let's take a look at this. because I'm not hearing a whole lot about that. I don't think it's anything to worry about, but it's good to see that they're getting in front of this. We knew it was coming. Some governments have already declared states of emergency. Just the influx of people is truly remarkable. I can't get over the amount of money some people are willing to spend to see a rock float in front of our beautiful light source for like a couple of minutes and then be in darkness and then light again. Like, some people are dropping tens of thousands of dollars. It's truly remarkable. I like this, though. During the solar eclipse, some indigenous groups believe it's not just your eyes that need protecting. I really like how this is being approached from the indigenous community, and as far as their traditions are concerned, and how, generations ago when the eclipse happened, what they thought, how they felt, how they approached it. And it's kind of positive. We're going to take a look at that this morning. Also, some pandemonium did occur over the weekend at Costco. Apparently, several Costco stores in the U.S. ran out of their $1.50 hot dogs. Oh, no. Is there any food known to man more affordable from a retail outlet in the history of the universe than the Costco $1.50 hot dog? Costco now saying, we hate to use the excuse of supply chains and shortages, but if you like Costco hot dogs, you may want to pick some up at your nearest Costco as quickly as you can because they're running into some supply issues. Also, story of a guy on a plane who got drunk, and yes, he misbehaved in a bad way. He figured that he would, well, I'm not going to spoil it. It comes from New Zealand. We'll share that with you a little bit later this morning. And a new contest starts today. Well, we're going to tell you about it. It actually officially starts on Wednesday. But the winning has returned to the show. So a chance for you to win a great prize coming up. And we'll tell you more about that. But first, let's go outside and take a look and see how things are shaping up on our Eclipse Monday. Your roads and weather brought to you by voicemanusa.com. Your first-class ride from Brandon to Winnipeg and back again. They'll virtually take you anywhere. 730-2333, voicemanusa.com. The Grand Valley camera has our little Eclipse logo on it because I just didn't want to have that out-of-order sign there. And it's Eclipse Day today, so why not put that on there? They're saying 10 a.m. till 4. Yeah, that is like that's the mega window of this eclipse. Again, 1, 2, 3 for us. Things are looking good. We may have more cloud than sun, which is not good news for those wanting to look up. However, as I'm looking at another version of the radar to my left here, Winnipeg is going to get most of the cloud. Dauphin, you should be okay. Brandon will be questionable. Brandon is on the edge. It's this huge bit of cloud that is in the southeast corner of Manitoba. So Steinbach, Morden, Winkler, Winnipeg, not so good. Minnesota and most of Wisconsin covered in cloud, so are the Dakotas. But southeastern Saskatchewan and southwestern Manitoba may have very or less cloud than the rest of the area. So, but we will have clouds. It's going to be a concern as we get closer to 2 o'clock this afternoon. But as far as temperatures go, going to be an incredible week. Let's take a look. Man, it is a beautiful morning right across the continent. Nice. What, did you have a good weekend? I hope you did. I hope you got outside, got some fresh air, maybe jumped on a bike, maybe walked the dog, maybe did a little barbecuing. I lived at the barbecue. I did not cook anything else other than the barbecue. There was ribs, there was hot dogs, there was a little bit of pizza even on the barbecue. The barbecue got a big workout this weekend. So I hope yours did too. Could see some rain this week on Wednesday. Some showers predicted midweek, 13. Otherwise, we'll be in the teens all week long with a mix of sun and cloud. And we'll see our first 20-degree day on Saturday, expecting 22 degrees. So we move quick. We go from snow to rip off the cover on that air conditioner and get her going because we may need it next weekend. Warm weather on the way. Also, it is today is reservation day at provincial parks. It is the 8th of April. So again, if there's a provincial parks campsite that you want to reserve, I believe that is happening this morning. I can't remember what time that is, but something else to be on the menu for today. All right, let's see who we've got in chat before we get into a whole bunch of Eclipse stuff this morning. Good morning and welcome aboard. Good morning, good morning. Happy Eclipse Day. Road Reverend Tasha and Karen Enns, all three joining us on Twitch. Hope you guys had a great weekend. The weather was great over the weekend, says Tosh. It was awesome. Lots of fun. Good to hear it. Good to hear it. We've got good thing coming up. Can't wait to hear what was awesome about your weekend. That's just seconds away. Jody Kaslik is here on Facebook. Janine Fleury-Urbanovich is here on Facebook, too. Cindy is here on Twitch. Good morning, Cindy. Debbie Kynock on Facebook. Also, Cheryl is here on Twitch. Quentin is here on Twitch. Good morning. Nick Adams is here on Facebook. Happy Monday. KDD4380 is here on Twitch. Good to see you this morning. Hello. Hello. Marianne GM on Facebook. Mary Lee on Facebook. Good morning. Good to see you. Welcome. Road Reverend says, I got my toilet paper ready, milk, bread, zombie apocalypse running shoes ready to go. Oh, the conspiracies. The conspiracy theories. The best one of all is the picture of the sun and the flat earth moving in front of the sun. And it's just a little line that goes through the sun. You would think that would be today's events should clear up the whole flat earth thing. But it's crazy. Millions of people believe it. Millions of people. More than did likely before social media. Oh, so careful what you're reading today. Careful what you're ingesting. Careful what you're consuming. NASA is going to be carrying the eclipse live on Twitch. Christine on TikTok. Good morning, Christine. It will be twitch.tv/NASA, okay? Avery's on TikTok, twitch.tv/NASA. They'll have wall-to-wall coverage for you on Twitch. I had a lot of people asking if I was going to do something. If something gets eventful, if there's something rather interesting, I may just pop on. Duke is here on TikTok. And I guess I want to mention that off the start because I know that Twitch users get a notification when I go live. So if it does so happen that I do go live this afternoon because I find it interesting or something is happening, do not panic. Don't think, I got to go to Twitch and see what's going on. It doesn't necessarily mean that anything weird is going on. It just means that, hey, this is more interesting than standing around and this is what I picture everybody today. That was awesome. That was awesome. I like my entertainment a little bit faster moving. Myself, if it was a total eclipse of the heart, as was sung by the illustrious Bonnie Tyler in the 1980s classic, turn around, every now and then I fall apart, then I might be a little more excited. Oh, thank you. How do I pronounce that? Bingle Dingle. Oh, very nice bit of art you've got going on there with that eclipse art on TikTok. I don't know how you did that. I am not that well versed on TikTok. Shellbell22, thank you. Happy Eclipse Day. Very cool. Heather Howdle is here on Facebook. Good morning. Never stop learning. That's right. Karen Cooey is here on Twitch. Good morning, Karen. It's good to see you. Maybelline is here too. Zumba Bernice. Quentin says it's a giant pierogi or a half-eaten pizza, or it's a cookie that got broken up between your two kids because they were fighting over it. It will not be the full pizza pie. Trev Webb is here. Happy Monday, Trev Webb. Happy Monday. Mary Lee says the earth is flat, but then laughs 3 times. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, there's people that believe it. It's insane. Yeah, you got to stay off X. I really got to, and I'm sorry, because we stream to X, and there's people who watch the first hour on X, but holy cow, it is like walking in any city's downtown area with bare feet. Like you're watching where you're walking. There's glass and maybe motor oil. Maybe somebody had, done something else. There's really nowhere to walk and kind of navigate through X. It's especially leading up to the eclipse. It's bad enough. I had posted on Friday that people were acting weird. I was out doing some weekend supply stock up, and people were literally barking at the moon. I mean, they were screaming to themselves. I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. Happened one time. Then I go to my next stop, and a block away, I hear these people. There's a kerfuffle, and there's a fist fight about to break out on the street, right there on the street. And I'm like, what is going on? My dog is acting weird. People are starting to beat on each other. It's just another day in small town North America. Maybe that some people said that. It's not out of the ordinary. Kind of freaked me out a little bit, though. People were acting really weird. But that's going to soon come to an end. I hope. Margot Larson is here on Facebook. Good morning. Amber is here, too, on Facebook. Nice to see you. Patricia's here, too. Colleen McD. Lots of Facebook.
C is for cookie,
says Trev.
That's good enough for me. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me.
It's a cookie eclipse. Ryan Marcus, good morning on Twitch. Good to see you. Let's have a great week, everybody. I love how the Navajo Indians look at the eclipse as a rebirth. I was reading how they have perceived it through the generations, and it's a solemn, very solemn. They keep, if you are expecting, for example, according to the Navajo tradition, and we'll take a look at some of these things, you're not allowed to go outside. There is a real sacred event in their culture that is happening. And the part that I picked up and liked the best was this whole chance for not just a rebirth for us as individuals, but the potential for a societal rebirth. And God knows we need something like that. We need some kind of, hey, what just happened? Everybody's being friendly. And I went to the store and I bought some food and I didn't have to donate a kidney. What's happening? What is happening to the world? And that guy, Justin, he's not in Ottawa anymore. He left for the Bahamas to never come back. I can't believe it. It's a rebirth. Maybe it could happen. Maybe. Darlene is here on Facebook. Good morning, Darlene. It's nice to see you. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Molly is here. Hi, Molly. Happy Eclipse Day today. Today's the big day. You don't sound like Cookie Monster. You sound like Arnold. Oh, no, I can't do a really good Arnold. I'll be back.
C is for cookie. I'll be back.
Maybe if you had a cold. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning and welcome aboard. Let's get to the good thing. GT is what you do. GT, and then you just do a little dash and tell us about your good thing. Really easy to do to start the show. We start it with something positive. Could be big, could be small, feels like nothing at all, but GT is good thing, and that's how we start every show. And Monday should be easy because you had the whole weekend to experience at least one good thing. I mean, you take Friday into that. That's 3 days. It should be fairly easy to come up with a good thing. So my good thing was I was in the co-op store Saturday, my local Co-ops of Westman, getting ribs, which, by the way, they're on sale, I believe, till Wednesday for like $2.99 a pound. I was in there getting some ribs for the barbecue. And I went in there at 12:30. I didn't get out of the co-op till well after 2 o'clock. And it's not because I got lost, and it's not because I couldn't find anything. My good thing is I must have ran into a dozen people at the co-op. It got to the point where I almost couldn't get out. I couldn't get out of the cup because you can't just say, well, I'm in a rush and I got to take off. It's like, hey, how are you? Long time no see. Let's catch up. Ba, 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 ba. You have a 5-minute visit. Then you're over in the chip aisle, and then you run into Billy Bob, and then you're in the pasta aisle, and you run into Susie Sue, and it's just like, holy cow. And then I had one lady come up from behind me, and she had chicken breasts in her hand, and we were walking to the till together, and she goes, seriously, she seriously said this to me. She says, do you come to the grocery store for a social outing, or do you actually get any shopping done? Complete stranger. And I said, doesn't it seem that way? I can't get out of here. And she laughed. And I laughed. And it was like 2 hours spent at the co-op, but in a good way, because I was obviously catching up with some people. So that was pretty cool. Quentin says, I was surprised and flattered to MC the Little Valley Jamboree in Erickson yesterday. Oh, like you MC'd it or you're going to MC it? That's really cool. That's awesome, Quentin. That's fantastic. Oh, man, that's, I think it's coming up in June, I believe. It used to be in June. Maybelline says, GT spent the weekend with youngest granddaughter. We spent lots of time outside, got really muddy a few times. That sounds awesome. Mama JS says, GT saw a friend yesterday that I hadn't seen for a long time. It's much like me at the store. Getting stuck at the store. KDD 4380 took a quick trip to check on the snow situation at the cottage. One more week and should be good to open up. Nice. Nick says, GT, my yard is maybe 95% clear of snow. There's still that one little patch that takes a while to leave, but it's not in the way at all. Very good. Oh, boy, lots of good things. Ryan says, GT, wife surprised me with Matthew Goodband tickets on Saturday. Guy has nerve damage, can't play guitar, but can still sing. Well, that's pretty awesome. Holy cow, you guys had an amazing weekend. Whoa. Here I am, blabbing in the co-op. That's my, and I had ribs. You guys really knocked it out of the park this weekend. Holy cow. Karen says, GT went to the home show, then bought seeds, then had supper out. Road Reverend had lunch with a coworker on Friday and caught up after a long time. That's awesome. Molly also hung out with a friend. Chatted, played mini golf, checkers, and word games. Also catching up. Holy cow. That's fantastic, Quentin. That's awesome. Big fundraiser. That's right up your alley because Quentin does the heavy weightlifting thing for kids, and now because that's a big fundraiser for kids up in Erickson in June. Tasha says, our GT this weekend, we got our stuff together for camping season. Well, like I said, today is, I believe, the first day for Provincial Parks campsite reservations, so you're going to want to get on that. They'll likely be going fast. I'm hoping that we're going to have a great camping season, and hopefully once we get through this eclipse, then it's just going to be like smooth sailing to May long weekend. The countdown begins. Cindy says, GT, my daughter and future son-in-law had their wedding social. Awesome night, so much fun. Oh, I was thinking about those big heads on Sunday, Cindy. I was thinking about you going, ooh, yeah, that looked like a good party. And Coach Amber said, GT spent some time crying. Well, that's not a good thing. Our Wee King sons headed back home and gathered donations for the Olivia the Brave Park. Well, I've heard that's going fantastic. So, yes, that's awesome. By Wee King's Son, for those that are not in our area, that's code for billet. And what that is when we've got these junior hockey players from all over Canada, they come to different towns, and they essentially stay with these families through the course of the season. And they're almost like a foster parent, really. Because, they become, not just, food and drink and a place to sleep, but oftentimes a big support system for these junior hockey players. So Amber had to say goodbye because the season is over. But the season will begin in just a few months. Spring training camp. Nick Adams will chime in and tell us he's probably counting down the sleeps because they get going again in August. So we'll have another season, and it's a building year, so they'll do much better next year. I'm almost all but guaranteeing it. Okay. Hey, thanks, guys. God, you guys had a great weekend. Thanks for sharing it. We do it every morning to start the show. Yesterday's good thing, right here on the Tyler Glen Show, EPLA office. Proud to bring you that. Natural Elements, Brandon, they get their massage therapist in today. Heather starts today. It's April the 8th. Welcome, Heather Matties. Heather comes from Winnipeg, and she is so excited to be in Brandon and joins the team at Natural Elements Brandon at 2940 Victoria Avenue starting today. That's the place where you can go and have a float in those Epsom pools. Those Epsom salt pools are absolutely phenomenal. It's like you leave the planet. You're there with your own thoughts, maybe some relaxing music, maybe some light if you wish to have it relaxing light, or maybe in the dark. It's really your choice. But it is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. If you have yet to go, check it out. Natural Elements Brandon. Now they've got a massage therapist. They also have halo therapy, coaching, natural energy therapies. It's a complete wellness center at 2940 Victoria Avenue. Skydancer Casino, 88 minutes south of Brandon in Belcourt, North Dakota. Always fun stuff happening at the Skydancer. And so on Facebook, quite a few families, again, taking in the water park. It's a phenomenal little adventure to slide down those slides, take in the lazy river. They've got food and drink service available at poolside. And if somebody in your family is celebrating a birthday and you'd like to have a birthday party at the Skydancer at the pool, they do kids' birthday parties there too. And again, with food and beverage right at poolside, it is just so easy and convenient. However, most folks in our area will take the family down and take advantage of the water park hotel deal. Again, you can get a double queen standard room and 4 water park tickets, $159 weekdays, $179 on weekends. And that's all just 88 minutes from Brandon in Belcourt, North Dakota, where the sky's the limit. SkydancerCasino.com. And Kuiper's Family Bakery. I had my hamburgers with extra jalapenos, extra pickles, and, of course, with my Kuiper's Family Bakery hamburger buns. The official hamburger bun and hot dog bun of the Tyler Glen Show is at Kuiper's Family Bakery. As you get your campsite ready to go and book that campsite starting today, remember, when you're out to the cottage, when you're out to the cabin, when you're out to your campsite, slide by Kuiper's Family Bakery before you go. Pick up those hamburgers and hot dog buns. The kids are going to say, can you get us some cinnamon buns? Or maybe one of those delightful pastries that's got cream filled inside. Kuiper's Family Bakery has goodies for every member of the family. But those buns, when the meat comes off the grill, it wants to go into one of those Kuiper's buns. 1411 First Street, just north of the First and Richmond corner, beside Tasties. All right. Jody says, one more good thing. Great hubby helping neighbor pumping water off. Oh, we got water all over the place. Water, everywhere water. Yeah, and it's going to continue to be slushy and mucky, and we're going to have temperatures, like I say, in the 20s starting this weekend. So that is going to be fantastic. Okay, so at this point in the show, we normally take a beach break. And for only the second time in the show's history, we are going to likely, let's just see. Yeah, we're not going to do a beach today. There will be water. We did Vegas one time. We've done Vegas a couple of times. But because it is a solar eclipse day today, our beach break is going to be, any guesses? A live shot of the place where everybody in North America, well, everybody in Canada has got their eyes on, because they get full totality today. They get full totality. They are Niagara Falls. That is a live shot of Niagara Falls, Ontario. It is Eclipse Day. Man, they're going to be packing in the people today. They're expecting so many people. They've already declared a state of emergency just to have the resources available for all the tourists coming from all over the world. So I apologize. This looks mostly like fog. Let me see if I can get a better shot here. This is a little bit better. So you can see some of the water here. Okay, I got to take just a quick break. I'll be back with more in just a bit. Enjoy Niagara Falls. This is a live shot of Niagara Falls Eclipse Day. lots of fog. Not a lot of people gathering as of yet. We still have a lot of time before the eclipse hits. Again, 1 o'clock this afternoon, local time. 1 o'clock this afternoon is when it begins. 2 o'clock is when you're going to see maximum totality. And then at 3 o'clock this afternoon, it will be done. So 1, 2, 3. That is a live shot from Niagara Falls, Ontario. That is primo, place number uno, numero uno. That's they're going to get totality there, and it's normally an expensive, popular place to take the family. I can only imagine how expensive it is today to be there for the eclipse. And we are going to see which communities the eclipse is going to be flying over. We're going to take a ride, you and I, in just seconds, and we're going to fly over North America, and we're going to start in Mazatlan, and then minute by minute, you're going to see how today's events are going to unfold. So don't wander away from whatever device you're on, a phone, a tablet, your TV. We're going to start in Mazatlan, Mexico, which is going to be the very first place in North America at 11:03 a.m. Mountain Standard Time this morning when the eclipse begins. We'll check that out in just a second. Your road and weather update brought to you by voicemanusa.com. Your first-class ride from Brandon to Winnipeg. Call voicemanusa.com, 730-2333. And things are looking good, and we've got a good forecast. Temperatures in the 20s by the weekend. That is going to be fantastic. And here is a look at the air temperature map this morning. And, yeah, it's going to be fantastic. It is going to be a fantastic week. We do expect some rain on Wednesday, but other than that, things are looking good. How much snow do we have left? Put that snowpack map here. Well, the snowpack map, we are saying virtually snow-free, almost snow-free in Manitoba, just a little bit left. I figured this, I figured it'd be gone by now, but apparently we still have just a little bit left. But those 20s will get rid of what we've got on the ground. Let's get back into the beach bunker and go on a little tour, okay? Let's do it. Okay, so today is Eclipse Day. As experts have said, the number one concern is to make sure that you've got the proper eyewear. Now, in our area, it is not going to be as big a deal as it would be, say, in southern Ontario. For example, Niagara Falls or central Texas or the eastern United States. We'll take a look at the path of totality right now and show you exactly where she's going to go. And you know what? I'm just going to move this over. Hang on 2 seconds here. This will be a better look here. All right. Okay, and it starts in Mazatlan, Mexico. So here we go. So this is the start of the eclipse this morning. This is how it's going to all go down. So I'm going to pause it right here. So at 11:09 Mountain Time, so that would be just after, about 10 after 12 our time, it's going to hit Mazatlan. And look, they get a full eclipse. This is the path of totality right here. Then it's going to go into Mexico and come into the western part of Texas, Durango. Okay, so this is 12:15 Central now. So over the lunchtime, you'll know that through the lunch hour, here comes the big ball, the dark ball of the eclipse. So over the lunch hour, it will be in Mexico. We'll be in our little area here, Central Time, 20 after 12, Durango, Mexico. 12:20. And it looks like just a big path. A big black dot. There it crosses into the United States at 12:30. And it crosses from, I don't know, Coahuila, Mexico, and into Brackettville, Texas, just to the west of San Antonio. And San Antonio is going to get a nice show today. Half the city is going to be in totality, and half the city will not be in totality. Interesting. This is the path of totality for today's events. This is what we're preparing to see today. And Dallas-Fort Worth, it'll hit Dallas at 1:40 Central Time. Of course, we'll have our eyes to the sky if you're watching it locally, right? Because 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock it starts for us. You'll be able to see it in our area, just slowly coming over the sun. 2 o'clock is when it reaches its full potential for us. Yeah, it'll totally take over Dallas-Fort Worth. Then it just clips Oklahoma here. Molly wants to know how many people are going to ruin their cameras today. Oh, my camera doesn't take good pictures. Then into Arkansas. 149, it moves directly over Arkansas. Boonville, Hot Springs, Little Rock, and then Kentucky. So by 2 o'clock, they're saying that's when we are going to see the best shot for the Brandon region. By then, totality bang is right over the Kentucky-Illinois state line. Just to the east of St. Louis is about as good as it's going to get for us, okay? Because by the time this thing rolls up, it's going to be too far east. And by 3 o'clock, pretty much done for us. But it will continue after 2 o'clock. It moves into Indiana, Illinois. You see the path there? Right over Indianapolis. They'll get full totality. Here we go. Now we're coming out of the U.S. and into Canada. So they cross Indiana, and then it's clips Columbus, Ohio, and Toledo, and then over the Great Lakes. Oh, there'll be some totality in Leamington, Ontario, Tilbury, Chatham. Oh, it's right on the edge. Right on the edge. Ridgetown, Ontario will get totality. Of course, Niagara Falls. Yeah, I would think Toronto's going to get a good show. Hamilton is going to be in totality. And Oakville will just, no, Toronto will miss it. Port Hope will get totality. Kingston, Ontario, if you got friends in Kingston. Into the U.S. here now, and then Quebec. So Montreal, half the city of Montreal will get totality today. That's at 3:30 this afternoon, so it's pretty much done for us at this point. Where is it when it ends for us? 3 o'clock. When it ends for us at 3, it will be at Indianapolis. And pretty much over. Actually, that's not true because 3 o'clock Eastern would be 2 o'clock our time. So no, that all these time zones. Oh my God. So Buffalo, Niagara Falls, it hits at 3:20 Eastern. So that would be 2:20 Central Time, right? Did I got that right? So, no, we'll still be watching it. I got confused by the time zones. So, really, it'll end at 4 o'clock Eastern time that we won't be able to see it anymore. 3:30 Eastern, it's over Quebec. And then, Maine gets a little bit. Fredericton is going to have totality. Wonder if the hotels are booked in Fredericton and Miramichi. Do you know that area, Tosh? Miramichi? Molly says, heard some places at totality hotels are going for $1,000 US, normally $200. That is insane. That is, I just don't get it. And the speed of the moon's shadow picks up. Look at that. It's going 4,000 miles an hour. It started so slow, and then after St. John's, it goes out to the ocean. That's it. It sure moves slow when it's in North America. 1,500 miles an hour to start. The path of totality width is 123 miles wide. And when it comes in off the coast of Mexico, it's going 1,500 miles an hour. By the time it gets to Canada, it has sped up to 2,400 miles an hour, obviously because we're further north. And it increases. The further north it comes, it increases in speed. By the time it gets to Quebec, it's going about 2,800 miles an hour. And then I think by the time it hits Newfoundland, it's like 4,000 miles an hour. It moves fast. So they're not going to, even though they're in totality, they're not going to have that long of a show. You could be, I'll be back in just a second. I got to go pee. I'll be right, no, don't go pee. Hold it. Hold it. It's moving fast. It's moving fast. Don't go pee. So anyway, that's the path. That is the path of totality today for the big eclipse. Are you going to be watching it? Are you going to watch it inside? Are you going to watch it outside? What are your eclipse plans? Let me know. In chat, are you going to watch it on TV? Or are you going to watch the NASA feed on Twitch? Twitch.tv/NASA is going to be the official Twitch feed of the eclipse. I think everybody is going to have it. It'll be really interesting to see what happens locally and who is going to have the ability to stream that locally. Probably only Brandon University will be able to do that safely. This is another look at totality, and this is the emoji version of what we just showed you. So you can see with the sunglasses, that's the people with the sunglasses. They're gonna get the big show, happy faces and sunglasses, and then a lot of across the rest of North America because it. Without the glasses on, you really wouldn't even know. The sun will just appear less bright at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Unlike what they're going to see in Texas or Missouri or Niagara Falls. It will be twilight for a little while. Tasha says, I am not watching it at all. It does not matter. It does not matter. This is a big deal. Amanda, good morning. Good to see you. We're discussing today's events, the eclipse. Mama JS, I am keeping my older girls home from school. We're going to watch it on TV and try and catch it here, too, at the same time. Maybelline says, I'll be driving to Brandon at that time. Mama JS says, they're telling us it'll be cloudy anyway. Well, I'm trying to be positive. Environment Canada says mostly cloudy. That does not mean all cloudy, but I am trying to be optimistic. What I'm trying to say is you're right. Is it in all likeliness, and well, that sucks because our forecast on Friday was sunny. And what happened? Come on. And then we have sun the rest of the week. Well, Wednesday, some rain maybe, but come on. The one time we just need a little bit of a sunny day to see the eclipse. Come on. Come on. You could come through for us, weatherman. You let us down. Tosh says she'll just watch it on TV. Karen says, I'll be driving to Brandon too. Well, be careful. They're saying that, especially in the path of totality, a lot of people, their instinct is just to pull over because it can go dark. It'll be very much like when the sun goes down and you know, people pull over. A lot of them will pull over and they've got their glasses with them, and then they'll go to the side of the road and try and see what's going on, and that's not a safe thing to do. So be careful on the roads, guys, if you're driving. Molly says, I'll be at work. Derek says, I'll be working but have a coffee near that time, so he's going to try and get upstairs. Just take her cool, careful with your eyes, make sure you got the right stuff. Pork Chop has nice blue skies right now, hopefully continues all day. Well, I hope it does too. The cloud that's in Manitoba is in the southeast corner. Now, Winnipeg is going to probably be SOL. I hate to say it, but just based on what I'm seeing on the radar, Winnipeg, Morton, Winkler, Steinbach, Altona. But the edge of the cloud for today is going to be around Brandon. So it's looking really positive for communities like Russell, Shoal Lake, Dauphin. You may be at the outer edge of that cloud, and Brandon is right at the line. So fingers crossed we're going to be able to see something. Mama JS, that's like Easter hitting us in the face. Crappy and cold last week was beautiful. Wild. It would have been perfect for an egg hunt. Oh, exactly. Mama says, stop all normal human functions with the eclipse coming. Stop all human functions. Lillian says, watched it in the 70s, so I'm not watching it again. And I'm glad you brought that up, Lillian. Because now that we have flown over North America and showed you the path of totality, what we're going to do now is go back in time to 1979 to a young man, Tyler Glen, in kindergarten, being trucked outside with his fellow students to watch the eclipse. Now, in 1979, the eclipse that we saw in Manitoba, we were in the path of totality. So it was some pretty exciting times. And if you were too young to remember this, let's go back in time.
It lasted barely 3 minutes, but for many of us, it was a thrill to remember a lifetime. Of course, we're talking about this morning's total eclipse of the sun by the moon.
Look at the fashion. We were quite fashionable in the 70s.
Over Canada in 7 years, and the last in this century. Manitoba was the best place to see it, and the thousands who traveled there were not disappointed. The forecast for cloudy skies never came true. The sun came out and then disappeared on cue. We have 2 reports, beginning with Terry Matty in Winnipeg.
How's Knowlton Nash? He's a good-looking guy.
Hundreds of small groups, families, friends, neighbors, all gathered to watch the eclipse today using a variety of viewing devices, special glasses, welder's lenses, cameras, and telescopes. Groups of amateur astronomers, many of them from the United States, were greatly relieved when they awoke this morning to find that the weather forecast had changed. Everyone had over an hour to watch the moon slowly move between the sun and the earth.
That's pretty much what we're going to see today.
That's what warnings of eye doctors kept students in their classrooms to watch the show on television.
Okay, look at, they did keep a lot of kids in. Look at this, look at this.
Many parents allowed their children to stay home so they could see the eclipse outside. For some, it was lonely. For others, a family affair.
Is it covered up yet?
No, not almost.
As the moon blocked more of the sun, people began to look forward to totality, when the moon completely blocks the sun. People on 4 Transair flights had a bird's-eye view. The airline issued eclipse viewers to all passengers. Winnipeg became quite dark even before totality. The streetlights came on and motorists turned on their headlights.
And you see the way the moon is breaking up. There's a mountain on the moon which has taken a sliver of the sunlight off, and now it's disappearing. That is, in effect, one of Bailey's beads.
Now, that would be cool. I guess that would be kind of
Despite the warnings of experts, people who had no eye protection couldn't resist taking a peek now and then. And then totality. The people could look safely without eye protection.
Oh, wow, you can look up. Oh, they missed that. That is very cool.
Corona. And the corona is, I think, as I said before, very globular in appearance, but streamers coming out in all directions. I am absolutely enthralled. There's a beautiful, beautiful red prominence down about 7 o'clock.
Oh, boy.
There's another one
the right-hand side. What a diamond that is.
up about 10 o'clock. Magnificent.
Oh, super. Look at that. God. Completely dark.
Birds stop singing. Streetlights come on.
Look at that, man. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Really beautiful. Exciting.
What do you think of the sight, man?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's really exciting.
What do you think, man?
It's just incredible. It's incredible.
And after totality, the diamond ring effect.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's fantastic.
Indoors because of the warnings of eye doctors. Those who went outside seemed to agree it was the show of a lifetime.
Oh, the show of a lifetime. Yeah, so there you go. You got to see, that is the eclipse from 1979. Everybody enthralled. They'll be enthralled today. They'll look as goofy today as they did back then with their welder's helmets on and what looks to be 3D glasses, but aren't. They're specially approved glasses that will be worn today. But we are not going to see an eclipse that good. It's gonna more look kind of like this. If you've got the glasses on here, have a look at. A little bit better than that. It'll look like a cookie half eaten. That's kind of what we're in for today. So not a total blackout, but it is going to happen in North America. And there's, those folks in Texas, they're going to be pretty excited about what's going on today, just like we were back in 1979. Oh, man. Poor Chup says, yeah, Cindy, our parents didn't keep us home. I don't know. I remember being at school and seeing it. My parents didn't keep me home. Tosh says, is it that bad to look at without glasses? Tasha, yes. Yes, it is. Especially for us because it is not totality. It'll burn your eyes. And it's not one of those things that when somebody takes your picture and they do a flash in front of you, how your eyes go, like that. And then after about 2 or 3 hours, you kind of get your eyesight back and everything goes back to normal. That doesn't happen if you're looking up at the sun without the proper protection. I can't, is permanent. And you don't want to be watching your kids walk down the aisle at their wedding or at a grad and be, stupid 2024, 2024 eclipse. No, you don't want that. So do not look at it without glasses. Pork Chop says back then parents minded their own business too and let teachers do their job. Well, and backed up teachers. They had teachers' backs. If little Jimmy was being bad in class, ooh. I mean, do you not remember that? I mean, not just my parents, but I mean, if my buddy, little Jimmy, got in trouble and I saw little Jimmy's mom and dad at the store and it's like, little Jimmy got in trouble today at school. Oh, wait till we get home. Let's go, Shirley. We're going home. Oh, little Jimmy's gonna get it. Oh, yeah. Because you don't mess around. We all had each other's back then. It's a little different now. Amanda says, we're doing the same protection measures now. Expect the fact conspiracy theories that are at an all-time high. And last week it was entertaining, Amanda. And this weekend it got annoying because now people are acting weird. You've got conspiracy theories, people acting bizarre. My dog is still acting weird. I kind of just want this over and I want to get back to life. I want to get back to the normal. Get back to normal. Maybelline says, we were allowed to view the whole thing in 1979. It was really cool. Yeah, it was really cool. Well, we got to watch it again there. Pork Chop says, try it, Tasha. Pork Chop, behave yourself. Don't try it. Do not try it. The way the sun arcs around the moon, it could hurt your eyesight in seconds and then blind you if you stare. That's just it. Yeah, not advisable. No, don't do it. Just watch it on TV like you had planned. Or on Twitch. Here, twitch.tv/NASA. Quentin says, sent me a skit where the eclipse is mentioned. All right, we might have to save that for hour 2. Oh, yeah, that's from SNL. Definitely hour 2, because I'll get pinched. NBC does not like me showing those things. We'll save it for hour 2. There was a partial eclipse in 2017. Yeah, it was a partial. I would not look at it. I was just wondering. I'll have my nose stuck in my law textbook all day. Yeah, you're better to watch it on your computer monitor or your TV screen, or because if you don't have the right glasses on, you're gonna be in some trouble. No two ways about it. Hey, before we run, I got to let you know that we've got a new contest that starts this week. We will start taking entries on Monday. What's the backyard look like? Hey? What's the backyard look like? It's called the Backyard SOS Contest. And we'll post this on Wednesday. It'll be up for a week. I'll ask you to like it. I'll ask you to share it. And then I'll ask you to tell me about your favorite thing about your backyard. And you could win power raking and air rating for your yard, valued at $230 from our friends at Jeff's Clean Cut Yard Care. Call 204-761-8373. Things are starting to gear up. Oh, those little doggy landmines are in the backyard, and that's just the start. You got to get things fixed up. You got to have that yard looking good, and Jeff's Clean Cut Yard Care can help you out. Again, 761-8373, or go to jeffsccyardcare.ca. And watch for this contest starting on Wednesday. For 1 week, grand prize draw will come up a week from Friday here on the Tyler Glen Show. Your complimentary power raking and air rating for 1 yard in Brandon. That is a great prize that you could win. And, we'll give that away over the next week or so. Derek says, I could sure use some help with my backyard. I figured. And it's Jeff's Clean Cut Yard Care to the rescue. And again, we will post that on Wednesday. All right. Thank you so much, Jeff. And thank you to our other sponsors as well. Auto Fashion, if you need your car cleaned, if you need to get some scratches taken care of, or heaven forbid you get some dents from hail, Oh, when it hails, remember Auto Fashion. When you're saying, ouchie, ouchie, oh, I hope there's no dents, just remember, Auto Fashion is MPI accredited. They take SGI claims too, and they are a first-class award-winning business in Brandon that'll give you a courtesy car and take care of you from start to finish. So if it's something on the outside of your car or you need it detailed on the inside, it's fine auto finishing at Auto Fashion at 255 17th Street North behind Lee's Buffet. Sunrise Credit Union, freedom from fees. If you need a new mortgage, if you want to move your existing mortgage over to Sunrise Credit Union, $2,000 in it for you. Sunrise Credit Union, proud to be a sponsoring partner at this year's Brandon Home and Leisure Show, which I hope you took in over the weekend. So don't forget, $2,000 when you transfer over your existing mortgage or when you get a new one through Sunrise Credit Union. You can visit them online or visit one of their 19 branch locations across southern Manitoba. Simply visit sunrisecu.mb.ca. And Co-ops of Westman, you're at home here, and they got ribs on sale. I told you earlier this morning that was what I did on the weekend. Cooked up some of those on sale ribs. $2.99 for limited time only. Oh, delicious ribs. I did them on the grill, then in the slow cooker to finish them off and let them sit all day, and they were delicious. One of the many bargains you're going to find at Co-ops of Westman. Tomorrow is Taste It Tuesday, and it's a dairy-free ice cream treat tomorrow. Just in time for the warm weather. For Taste It Tuesday, you're going to want to join us for a dairy-free ice cream treat. So is it sherbet? Is it a gelato? Is it a... Oh, it'll surprise you. It'll be a surprising little treat. We'll give it a run. We'll give it a run tomorrow on the show. Co-ops of Westman, you're at home here with Heritage Co-op, Pembina Co-op, Twin Valley, Valley View, Boundary Co-op, Neepawa Gladstone Co-op, and Hamiota Co-op. We have to say goodbye to our friends on TikTok. Hey, have a great day, you guys. Thanks for chatting with us for the first little bit. We are moving the show over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show. Again, Eclipse coverage will begin later this morning at twitch.tv/NASA. So you can watch the whole thing unfold with experts from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Courtesy of Twitch. Twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show. And again, the Eclipse is at twitch.tv/NASA. Thank you, TikTokers. Take care. Have a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow at 7 a.m. And again, if you're watching that Eclipse today, please use proper eyewear so that we can see you tomorrow at 7. Thanks, TikTokers. Okay. And so we have to move the rest of the party over to Twitch. So we have to say goodbye to our friends on Facebook and X. And Lillian says, pick the poo all winter, so not a problem. Oh, you're one of those people. You don't like to save it for the spring surprise. I get it. What channel on TV would the best one for the Eclipse, or will it be everywhere? I think it'll be pretty much all over the place. I think you will not have difficulty finding a place to watch the Eclipse. However, if you're not near a TV, you've probably downloaded the Twitch app so that you can see yours truly, haven't you? And if you haven't, what are you doing? Come on, guys. Come on, Facebook friends.